This video is dedicated to the memory of David Crosby, 1941 to 2023. Hi everybody, we're going to review David Crosby's first solo album, released in 1971, If Only I Could Remember My Name. Now this, like I said, was David's first solo album, and there's a whole slew of his friends on it, from Joni Mitchell to members of the Grateful Dead and Jefferson Airplane and uh, Graham Nash and Neil Young. Um, Now, the kind of abridged story behind the making of this record is that David was still trying to process the death of his girlfriend, Christine Hinton, who had passed away in a car accident, and he decided to make a record because at this time also Crosby, Stills and Crosby, Stills, Nash Young were inactive because everybody was making their own records. So David decided to follow suit, and I love this record. I have several favorites on this record. There are only 9 songs on it, and but they are tremendous songs. Uh, the my One of my all-time favorites from this record is the opener, called "Music Is Love," which was written by Neil and David, and features Neil and David. Neil actually plays congas on this record, on "Music Is Love," and something that I mentioned on my review of Neil's Carnegie Hall performance when we reviewed that is that before the closing number of the Carnegie Hall performance, which was "Dance, Dance, Dance," you can hear Neil play a little snippet of "Music Is Love." Um, and another favorite of mine, and one of my absolute favorites one of my absolute favorite David songs, period, is a song called "Laughing," which I have been singing for years and years and years. And uh, and when Crosby and Nash went out on the road, sorry, in 2011, uh, David was persuaded to do a song from "If Only I Could Remember My Name," called "Cowboy Movie," and this is another favorite of mine, which he claims that he hadn't done live before or in a long time because he couldn't remember the words, but he he repr- he he did do it on one of his live albums. The album was called "It's All Coming Back to Me Now," and he kind of reprised that song, and it has always been one of my favorites. And another song that actually closes the record kind of reminds me so much of the piece that precedes "Wind on the Water," "Critical Mass," except this one's called I Could Swear There's Somebody Here. And the story behind that is that it was spontaneous. What they did was they turned all the lights down in the studio, and David just sung what was on the top of his head, and then they doubled it. Actually, he was so surprised by the result that he was like, I don't know where that came from. And but I love that piece, and it's called "I Could Swear There's Somebody Here." And another piece that Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young actually started doing on their 2006 tour is kind of an a cappella piece called "What Are Their Names," and Crosby and Nash kind of also did it on their duo tours for years after that. And actually, there are a lot of instrumental pieces on this record. Another one that I like is "Song with No Words," and another one is a piece called "Orleans," which in 2011 and when Crosby and Nash went out in '08, they coupled with a song of Graham's called "Cathedral." Um, so overall, I give this record about 20 stars, and I hope you enjoy it.